All right, hello everyone. We're back to it in the plane of air. As of last session, the party encountered a terrible windstorm, and we nearly lost several party members over the side. But everyone made it through. Click managed to message his father, talk to his god, all that good stuff.
Mm.
The party is currently on their way to the close city of Typhon, and well, that's how we join them. To describe this for David, who's not been here for a while, you guys are on a sky ship. It's pretty much depicted as how you can see on the map right now. Uh, you see this crew of air genasi running around and securing the rigging as you sail through the wide open sky. Uh, this is different for Maze because Maze, even with their history, has never been plane hopping before. So it is definitely a new experience for everyone on the ship except for Click. And that's where we join the party.
Does
Dun,
Click
dun,
know how
dun.
to fly this thing?
Huh?
Does
And we
Click know how
just
to fly this thing?
The crew does. You see the white puffy haired captain that you know as Nova,
Mm-hmm.
and well as their stark and stormy haired first mate Fallon, uh, conversing while Nova is steering the ship from the steering wheel at the back of the ship.
aren't we almost to the place that we're supposed to be?
You will arrive there today, assuming nothing goes wrong. Would someone like to roll a d20 for me?
No.
Ooh,
Well, that's
yeah.
ominous.
Let's do this. Okay, r/1d20. Yeah,
I rolled
you
it
know what?
for
Let's
you.
go with that.
/R,
Oh,
not R slash.
jeez.
It's
Oh, I
18.
did it opposite way. Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Don't do
Oh,
that
jeez,
again.
Rick. Oh, jeez.
Well, last time you got a 17, Eric.
Yeah, it turned into a tornado.
Um, what are you guys doing right now?
Apparently, we need to tie
Uh,
Uh,
ourselves down.
Not again.
nah, 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 nah.
Mm,
Well,
Uh,
if it's the middle of the day, Levi will be trying to look at his books again.
okay, make an intelligence roll.
11.
Yeah, you know, Levi, it's almost like it's in a different language. You recognize some of the words, and it's it's like comparing English to Spanish. You think you could sound it out, but there's no real grasp there.
One of these days, he will know what's in this book.
Right.
Today's not that day.
Nope, today is not that day.
Let's see here. Maze is going to take the opportunity to just kind of rest, relax, and work on the spell list.
Okay.
I can make sure that I have a good spell list for you of what I have prepared.
Don't forget, we're level 12.
Yep. Just FYI, Logan, I'm dumping pretty much everything else into Wizard currently. So,
Cool.
4-8 at the moment.
Yeah.
Good, because we need a smart person in the group.
Do you need a smart character or do you need a smart person? Because these are two
Character.
very different things.
Wait, hold on. Where is this?
Oh, I'm also taking Inspiring Leader, by the way, as I look at my updated sheet.
Who's got the kitty cat?
Me.
Okay.
She's smell the ground
Um,
having an attitude.
So as we're chilling and relaxing, I want to take 10 minutes to give 6 creatures my level plus charisma 10 hit points once between rests.
Okay. Give me a little taste of this. What this speech would be. Just a little bit.
I don't think it would be a speech. It'd be more walking around and just being re-engaging with each person and seeing how everybody was doing, how everybody's near-death experiences here lately have been.
Levi ignores Maze.
Levi does not get, what is it now? Oh, good lord.
I'm
That
just staying
is
in character.
15 bonus points, or 10 HP.
I'm just staying in character.
Yeah,
That's great.
yeah. It may have been my fault, David, but Levi never took a liking to Maze
Maze.
and is just kind of locked in on that.
No, it's all good. So, along with kind of walking around and doing that, whoever does 1/6, the 6/10, after walking around, Maze will pull out the enchanted drums that kind of play themselves, and then kind of just sing for the crew or just kind of, do a performance to help out with that as well during that 10 minutes.
Okay.
And Levi will grumble and say, "Can't you be quiet? People are trying to read."
Hmm.
Maybe if Levi would let Maze see those books, Maze could help Levi.
A lot of sounds going on.
I don't know what that was.
You're a lot of dinghy.
Anyway, so that is mostly their morning. Can I get a perception check from everyone?
Oh lord.
You said perception?
Yep.
Is that everyone?
Uh-huh.
All right.
Except maybe Levi if he doesn't want to look up from his book.
Well,
19.
Levi is busy in his book and rolled a 9.
19.
18.
Yeah, I'm playing the drums and singing. So
Meepo, you smell it on the air, that familiar shift. It's like as the wind changes direction, once again, it reminds you of what happened yesterday with the
Proceed
sky turning green.
proceed to start tying myself down and suggesting others do the same. I ain't doing this shit again.
Is anybody else, any of the crew tying themselves down? Or
You don't see them going for the ropes immediately. Let me do something real quick. In fact, no, they don't seem to.
well, if they're not doing it, Levi ain't doing it either.
does somebody playing out to the crew, or do they know this?
No, no. Who did you tell, Meepo? Because you definitely said you were
Everyone.
okay. The sky.
Everyone who might question why I'm tying myself down.
So the crew does take notice, but there seems to be a different atmosphere than compared to yesterday. They start to look worried, though, not necessarily, and you don't see them going to tie down the rigging and stuff like that as they did before. Instead, what you see them doing is trying to stow cargo and unfurl sails. It's like there's you hear shouting from the captain. It's like, brace yourselves, everyone. We're gonna have company. As Meepo again with that 19, the sky, and now Click, you as well. the sky is turning green again, making you think of the again bringing you back to the tornado that you went through yesterday. But you notice that it's not encompassing the way it was, as in like you were fully enclosed in an emerald sky. It seems like it's coming up from behind you, and through the harsh haze through the sky, there are two large shapes that seem to be uh, get growing larger as they approach you from behind.
So basically, somebody's coming up from behind us.
That's what it looks like. Um,
Levi's going to get near the back of the ship and pay more attention to him.
yeah, the wind is beginning to pick up, Levi. You feel like your clothes are bellowing off you. It almost feels like you'd be like almost lifted off the ship if you weren't careful. Uh, but the two shapes are definitely getting larger, and like as they get closer, you make out the more well defined shapes of two hulls.
I want to ask that was it a lady that was in charge? If
Uh,
those are friends or foes?
Most likely foes. Haven't seen their colors yet. And she like the captain Nova. She's told you her name. This blue Genasi. It's like if we can hold out for a little bit, we'll get within reach of Typhon. They'll guard the skies. But I don't like how fast they're approaching. And Levi, looking back, those shapes already seem larger.
Um, should I? Does Levi know that the masks actually provide the propulsion?
Yes, the it looks like Levi, you grew up in that archipelago region, right?
Yep.
So you've definitely seen ships. You understand how masts and sails work.
Okay. So, I then ask her, "Do I? Should I try and shoot their sails down?" I mean, if I hit, they'll at least slow. It'll at least slow their progress.
You can try. It might make them mad. It's like if you don't do it right.
Well, if either way, you know, if they're coming to, if they're not our friends anyways. So if they're not our friends anyways, what does it matter if they're mad?
I guess no quarter, maybe. I don't know. All right. The rest of the crew is hurrying about. What's everybody else doing? 'Cause
At this point, we know kind of that they're coming.
they're definitely getting closer.
And they're coming up pretty fast. So, well, that's a good question.
Say that again.
No, I'd say that's a good question. I'm not sure what I'm doing. It's
Okay. Click. Are you doing anything?
Yes. Let's see. And just to make sure I'm understanding, we haven't determined if these are friend or foe, right? We're assuming foe, but that has not been determined yet.
That has not been determined yet.
Okay. Well, because I got into that argument with dear old dad, I use a lot of my higher level spells.
This is the next day.
Oh, is this the next day? Oh, okay. My apologies. I didn't hear the aspect of a long rest.
I said at the end of the last session, I believe.
My apologies. Well, in that case, let's go ahead and cast a good old faithful commune.
Okay.
Well, that Click would know this. I don't. Would I have the duration of the casting time of the spell is 1 minute? Would I have a good 1 minute before we're in harm's way?
Make an intelligence check.
That's gonna go swell. That's a 5.
Yeah, you think you can do it.
All right, cool. Yeah. So knowing that we have plenty of time, I'm gonna go ahead and cast Commune, and I'm gonna ask Serenetta if these people coming towards us are foes.
Okay. So setting up this whole ritual, you can't get your answer for the ships are within 100 feet of you. All right. Now for everybody else. You rolled a 5. You really misjudged that time.
Out of curiosity, what weapons does the ship have?
Looking around, you see that some of the crew are arming themselves with rapiers and cutlasses and stuff like that.
No cannons or anything like that?
No, Meepo, you have never seen a cannon.
Okay.
These
I'm
Levi.
gonna move to the bow, to the bow, to the
To the
bow,
bow.
kind of, but to the side,
Uh-huh.
because I need a little bit of range,
Mhm.
and I'm gonna prepare, and I see everybody else preparing, but no, I won't go to. I'll go to about the middle, but to the side, so
Which side?
so I can
Is
still
that true?
watch them. I am ready to fling stuff. And as soon as anything gets fired, I'm gonna let loose. At first, I'm gonna attack the sails, though.
Okay.
How
So-
far away is the ship?
All right. So, what'd you say, David?
How far away is that ship?
About 100 feet.
100 feet. Can we see if they're being friendly or not?
Make a perception check. Let's see. It'd be best if Click made a history check, but
Ooh.
if someone
Oh
could
yeah, I
make a
guess I would have a history for it.
perception check.
Okay.
Would that be fair of me to make one? Because, like I said, I was preparing the
19.
spell.
Can I be talking with Click as he is doing this for some
19.
assistance?
Don't think I need it.
So hold on. What is Maze trying to do?
I'm seeing if I'd be able to be talking with Click and Click and I discussing, hey, like, do they look friendly to you?
Well, I wouldn't say he's completely distracted, but caught casting the spell, but he
Okay.
can't hold like a in-depth conversation, maybe like 1 or 2 words.
Okay.
Would it be enough for me to glance over and be like, yeah or no? Or I don't know. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
You could say that.
Which one?
Yes.
I need you to make a history check if you're going to determine if these guys are friends or foe.
All right, we'll try this. 15.
Okay. Ow.
I got an 18 on that perception for you.
Okay, so Click. Looking out and you see these 2 ships. You do recognize their flags. They don't make you think of any well-known pirates. In fact, they seem to be flying the flag of the Wind Duke.
Oh, yeah. No, we're good. We're golden. We're okay. Not pirates. Definitely not pirates.
Well, it
Probably.
doesn't have to be a pirate for them to attack us.
Yeah, but the Wind Duke wouldn't have any reason to attack us, so I think we're pretty safe.
The who?
The Wind Duke.
What's a
The
wind
ship-
duke?
The ships are now 60 feet flanking you on both sides.
To the captain, I'm like, are you friendly with them?
She already said no. She didn't know who they were.
Does she recognize them any better now that they've gotten much closer?
She does.
And what is
Uh,
her reaction?
She gives orders to the crew to stay their weapons.
Oh, okay.
She then gives crew to slow sail. They pull up like the two smaller sails towards the front, and the ship slows down. The other ships, they appear to be thinner craft with more sail comparatively. It makes you think of a like they almost seem to be like skiffs compared to her slower merchant class ship. And the two ships pull alongside and get closer in. I'm sorry. On this ship, you see even more genocide, but on the one off the left hand side, the port side, you see another captain. This one decorated. He seems to be wearing a ornate armor, and flanking him. It's hard to actually see him, but there's a shimmering in the air that appears to be 8 feet tall. The captain's clothes are relentlessly buffering in this. Now that you guys have been overtaken by these two ships, you guys are completely surrounded by the green air that you guys saw yesterday. Prepare to be boarded! Shouted the captain.
At least buy me dinner first.
Yeah, it's probably the same thing.
Did you shout that back?
Yes.
All right. Take that one, prisoner.
I'm innocent, I tell you.
As the
Levi
people
just shakes his head.
as the people hop across the ship, securing their ship to yours, Captain Nova, making sure again that her crew has stowed all their weapons, approaches this other fellow as he boards with his attendants. Again, that shimmering haze. Now that you guys are standing next to it, it almost seems like the bits of dust and debris that were on the ship are being picked up in this cyclone of air, giving it the rough shape of a humanoid figure. But again, the outline is so terribly hazy, you can't exactly tell where it begins. This appears to be an air elemental.
Whoosh.
Two people come up to Meepo to try and grab him. Katya immediately steps in the way.
Unlawful detainment.
Hold
My
on.
rights.
I apologize for my rude friend. He likes to make terrible jokes.
Worth it.
Shut up. Captain Nova speaks up. Hello. It's like, do you guys remember the name of her ship? Maybe you guys get bonus points.
Not a clue.
In my defense,
You have no defense.
the Windseeker.
The Windseeker?
Wait. I'm going to go with the yes.
All right, let me double check my notes.
Did Logan forget?
No, wait, don't use that as an actual answer yet.
Did Logan
If anybody has anything better, by all means.
Does anyone else want to make a guess?
Stratus Walker?
Yeah, you look back, didn't you?
I did.
I
I'm
did
no
too.
shame about this. So did he, but at least I did it right. David.
Look, I didn't want the clock to run out before somebody has a chance of finding a better answer.
Okay, so Captain Nova of the Stratus Walker. It's like we are a merchant ship. We recently picked up some people on a magic carpet. They're not associated with my crew, and you see she bows very deeply, and the rest of her crew also bows deeply to the captain. Katya follows suit and bows.
So does Click.
I will also give a slight bow.
That is unnecessary. That is unnecessary. It's like everybody stand up. You are entering the space of Typhon. We represent the Wind Duke, Halfliff. It's like we just wanted to be sure that you weren't an enemy ship approaching. It's like, what cargo are you carrying? What?
Nothing?
Okay, as a DM, did you say something?
Maybe. As a player, maybe.
As a character, did you?
I coughed it.
Katya attempts to grapple you, but she misses.
Impressive. Too slippery.
Do you have any way to mute him?
There is silence. There's a literal spell called silence.
I mean,
Doesn't silence
doesn't
cover
it just
an
stop you
area
from
though,
casting
not a
magic
specific
though?
target?
No sound can escape the bubble. Excuse me.
We need to teach Meepo better manners.
I think we've been trying for a while.
Yeah, a long time.
Where was I? The captain and Nova discuss, the logistics of what she's carrying. And she says we're actually returning to Typhon for our delivery. It's if you would let us on our way, we'll be heading there right now. We must conduct a little inspection, but then you can be on your way. We want to be truthful. Nova says, "Yes, yeah, that's perfectly fine. That's fine." You see, make a perception check or an insight check.
Anyone? Everyone?
Whoever wants to. Make it an insight.
22.
I'm
Well, I already made perception. Yeah. Insight. Where's my insight? That'll make it an
Oh, that's what
18.
it was.
Insight.
What'd you get? Insight.
18.
Okay. 18. All right.
Plus 5.
Maze is not really paying attention, but Click and Meepo can definitely pick up that Captain Nova is nervous. A few of the boarding party crew members go into the cargo hold and disappear for a few moments. Nova doesn't say much. The only real sound that can be heard is the whipping of the winds off the air elemental. Oh, lucky, lucky, lucky. The two soldiers that went underneath the cargo hold come back up and shake their heads towards the captain. He's like, everything seems all right. Sorry to bother you. Please be on your way. As he remounts onto his ship, you can see that the air elemental again becomes very difficult to see as the winds on the captain's clothes blow a bit harder in the wind, and the two other ships start sailing off in a direction at greater speed than you all would expect.
Well, that was unusual.
Make way for Typhon, says Captain Nova. We should be there within a few hours. As you were. As Nova returns to the steering wheel, you see Thalen and Nova in a deep conversation, almost like shout whispering. You feel the wind take hold of the sails, and you guys are off once again.
So in character, I don't think I noticed anything with all of that. But out of character, I feel like somebody should follow up on what is it that they are doing that they were so nervous about that inspection.
Yep. So Click and Meepo definitely noticed that Nova was very nervous.
His boots all wobbly. Don't really know what to do about his nervousness, but what to make of that.
Let's see. I approach and I
Eye
just
him with suspicion.
ask, like, is everything okay?
You're approaching Nova, correct?
Yes.
All right. As you approach, Thalen immediately tries to get in the middle of you two, like cutting you off before you can really close the distance.
Huh. Let's see. I don't have detect thoughts. That would be kind of nice right now. Would I know, like, reasons why Nova would be so nervous?
You know, how much do you know about the Wind Duke?
I mean, never met him personally. Like, seeing him go through, like, parades and stuff at a distance, and then whatever they would teach us in school.
Okay. What they teach you in school is that he is the de facto leader of the aerial armada and the fortress Typhon. The city, it's practically a city, this fortress, right? Because of how large it is. And it's one of the few mountain landscapes that Aarakocras and air elementals can, like, stay and reside in. So holding on to this is a hugely valuable resource in the plane of air.
Got it. Okay.
Meg, you rolled a 15 on that history check. You would know that, there, just like with every governing body, there are rules that he puts forth. They definitely a lot more lax than what you had learned to encounter in the prime material plane. But the simple truth is if you don't follow his rules, you don't know what you're going to get out of him. He can tend to vary from day to day or even hour to hour on his punishment.
I see. So, like, with this Duke, would I know, like, if he's known to be merciful? Is he known to be a jerk? Like,
Yes, all of it.
Okay. So not really a good way of knowing specifically.
No, he is not someone you can really understand.
Got it. Okay. Huh. Well, I will not try and fight. I think you said it was Typhon? Or not Typhon, I'm sorry. The guy that's getting between me and Nova.
His name is Thalon.
Thalon, thank you. Yeah, I will not try and fight past or anything like that. Can I get a read on Thalon, like how Thalon may be feeling?
Insight, because new person, new insight.
No, of course. Makes sense. Come on, big numbers. That's a 27.
Okay, so Thalon is obviously trying to be very protective of Nova. Their hair is crackling with like a storm right now. It's like, mind your business, go back below. It's like they are clearly just as stressed as Nova, but like, it seems like they're handling it in a more get out of my face way.
Got it. I will simply turn to Thalon and just be like, I'm concerned. Let us know if we can offer any assistance. I know there's a lot of intimidation and worry that comes with the Duke. And then I will kind of take a few steps back before I turn around.
Perception.
Okay. Ooh, that's a 13.
You don't notice any like body change in Nova when you say that. All right. What is anybody else doing before you guys get to Typhon?
Eyeing him suspiciously.
Looking around below. No, I'm kidding. Again, I'm not aware of that. So I will probably be my inquisitive self and try to find out more information on how these airships work.
Okay. So you want to do investigation or you want to ask?
But I'll start with investigation and I will ask somebody to see if my understanding of it is correct. I'm going to kind of, look at it, ponder, see what spells would make it work the way that it does. And then I'm sure that there's some type of like airship engineer or something, and try to track that person down and talk to them about it. Or
Okay.
shipwright.
So the first thing that you notice comparing this airships to other ships that you've been on is that their sails are very different. So you're used to sails just being like huge swaths of cloth stitched together, but you'll walk by the mast and you'll notice that the shadow's wrong. As you pass underneath of it, you're expecting like with the sun overhead to be it's like this thin line, but no, it's probably at least a foot thick. And as you look up at the sail themselves are quite thick. It almost looks like they are inflated sacks more than actual pieces of cloth. Uh, did I make you roll investigation yet? Like,
Not yet.
what'd you get on your investigation?
We shall find out together.
20.
20.
Okay, so uh, walking around on the rigging, it's like the first thing you notice again is these sails, and like they almost appear to be like inflated bags. And looking at how they're secured to the mast, they almost seem to be like lifting on all of these masts at one point. So not only is the natural winds providing your movement, but there's an inherent component of lift to these sails. We would think of them as like
Like hot air balloons.
yeah,
Kind of.
but like thin air balloons. You know what I mean? Like a shaped air balloon. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, that makes sense because I mean, like, so there's still gravity, but there's no actual land or anything else, so you get to push along the ship a little bit easier because of that. Yeah. In the plane of air, at least. So, like, if we took it to the material plane, the ship wouldn't work at all, basically.
That is your definite theory. There's not the constant blowing of wind in the prime material plane that there is here.
All right. So I'll go and talk to somebody about that and see what they say about it. But yeah, that's what we'll be doing for the next little bit.
Okay. Meepo, you got anything?
I'm just gonna eye what's his name with a lot of suspicion and keep my eye on him the whole time.
Okay. If it's the person I'm thinking about, they're still talking to the captain and the first mate.
Yes, I will be eyeballing him.
Yeah.
He is suspicious.
Fallon clocks you doing that and eyeballs you back just as hard.
I don't blink a bit.
What you doing, Levi?
Unless there's anything to look at, I'm just back to my books.
Okay. So, with you guys doing the various things, it is not too long before you see something that reminds you all of images of an octopus. There is a far off, and getting closer is this large rock formation that has like this large center body, but you see like spreading out like the tentacles of said octopus, these other shapes that almost like continuously move around the center object. And as you get closer, you see that these objects are actually seem to be like stone platforms that are chained to the center rock formation. You're still a good ways off, but the movement of what you would take to be ships around this giant rock formation, it's this rock is like the size of a mountain, and the little ships that are buzzing around it like flies, they'll occasionally stop at one of these floating chain docks. You realize that this is a gigantic shipyard. Further on and on, on the center mountain, almost in like a twisting spiral that starts at the bottom and goes all the way to the top, you see stone wall formations and glowing towers of blue light that as a ship will dock, you'll see people get off it and enter into this climbing spiral at various points. And at other points, the ships will unmoor their lines and cast off into a different direction. There's actually a few ships that are headed the way that you came. Captain Nova gives orders to her crew. It's like, prepare to dock. And the crew starts wrapping up the sails and slowing down, preparing the lines, and they bring it in. You see other blue genasi working on one of these floating platforms. You guys are actually brought to one of the lower platforms of the dock, and the crew is casting off the lines that catch, and they are caught by the dock workers. They're tied to a moor line before being pulled in. And once you guys are find that right balance of with just enough sails to stay afloat, you guys are pulled into a resting position on the dock. It's like, welcome to Typhon. If you would kindly please step off, I have some work to do of my own. Let me know if. I hope we see each other again. You weren't terrible guests.
Well, thank you. That's very nice.
Appreciate it. And please.
Nova gives you all a parting handshake before disembarking the dock. You see them talk with a few of the workers in hushed tones. What do you guys do?
See if we can listen in as well.
Yeah, I was gonna say, can I hear it?
Perception check. Does anyone have the observant feat? Because you're gonna have to roll real high, unless you got the observant
No.
feat.
No, but I have a reliable talent.
But do you have the observant feat? As in, do you know how to read lips?
No.
Ooh, but we have a
I wanna say-
rogue.
Have lips?
Can the rogue?
Yes. I'm a rogue.
Can the rogue what?
Go through, I don't know, thieves scan? Maybe pick up on a couple of the subtle gestures and smaller pieces.
The rogue certainly could do that.
Thieves can't? Isn't reading lips? Huh?
No, but it is. If you get
like it.
closer, I would allow it. You know what thieves can't is?
Yeah, it's using like obscure, using words and phrases to mean something completely different.
Right.
Sure,
I got a second flower that I need to move down by the docks. Like, yeah.
I'll try it. Why not?
I got a 19, by the way.
Not quite enough.
We have a minimum of 19.
Okay. So, you guys cannot read the lips unless you get closer.
All right, let's get closer. Boom, boom.
Okay.
I'm going to count my attempt as a loss because obviously I am not doing a good job.
Pink Panther.
Okay. As you guys disembark the ship, yeah, you do anything special as you get closer? It's just because walking off the ship, you can maybe catch a few words as you walk past, but if you actually stop to listen,
Sure, why not? What could go wrong?
Can I nonchalantly because we're going to be passing by them? Is that my understanding?
yeah, you'll pass by them.
Can I nonchalantly act like I dropped something and then go to slowly pick it up so I can listen to them more closely?
Performance check.
This is going to go perfectly well. I am great at performing.
You got this, buddy.
I rolled an 18 plus 2 is 20.
See?
Oh yeah, you fool even Katya. It's like, what do you pretend to drop? And Katya will like, she'll try to help you pick it up.
Could.
Let's see here. Let's make this a little more fun.
Yeah.
Um,
Pick it all
He
up, all
lost his
slow like.
contact.
What'd you say?
Your contacts.
Yeah, exactly. I dropped my contacts. Actually, you know what? That makes sense because I have those goggles that allow me to see in dark vision. So we'll say I dropped those.
Okay, yeah. So you had a 16 perception. We'll use that. It's definitely sounds like hushed words, and it sounds like it's like secret. Let's see. She would be using thieves' cant, so I'm trying to think what the best phrase to do this would be. It's like not. Sorry, I should have thought this through beforehand.
You're good.
It's like went fishing last week. It's like caught a 8-pounder. It's like
Got it.
it was a real big haul, real shiny.
We'll put that in
Go
here.
fishing in the air.
If only we knew what that meant.
What was that last sentence? Real big, real shiny?
Yep.
All right, there we go. That way we can hold on to that for a while. Is that all that I get during that whole incident?
Roll another performance check. He was like, "Oh damn, I dropped it again. I have to tie my shoe now."
Silly finger
Sure.
ball things.
Chris is looking over here like he's trying to show his butt.
Oh, wait. I rolled the wrong thing. Crap. I accidentally hit perception, but if I keep the base roll of 16 plus 2 is 18.
Okay. It's like, oh yeah, you ever try fish with lemon? It's like the best lemons I've ever had have come from Zachrin.
Do we know where Zachary is?
That would be an intelligence check.
That's something
Well, we
quick to
didn't hear
know.
this yet, so.
I don't know if we had any clue because we are not from this plane of existence.
No, but Click is.
Yeah, that's what I said, click.
Yeah, what I know about Zachran?
What's your intelligence check?
I'm
an
from
easier
here. Don't I
DC for
get
you.
something for free?
Yeah, but do you think I know everything about what's a famous city? Austin?
Are you from Austin?
No, but I'm from
Right.
the
No, you
United
wouldn't
States.
know.
I'm from the United States.
Okay. Well, that was a 3. I rolled a 2 plus 1.
Okay. No, you don't know anything about Zachrin.
We really felt like answering your question about Austin. We're saying that I know he figured that she went back to Austin. She talked about it all the time. And there's the song reference for the day. All right. Great. Now I want to listen to that song. What have I done? With myself.
So I'm
Listen,
debating on if I want to fumble again and try another performance, but I don't know if I want to risk it or not.
what's the worst they could do to you?
Get suspicious?
And do what?
I don't know. All right, we'll go for one more shot because surely I'm not going to roll lower than a 2.
Uh,
Yeah.
Hey, 16 plus 2 again. That's another 18.
Okay. Yeah, because all of your performance checks have been positive. It was your intelligence check that was bad.
Yeah. Intel sucks.
Yeah. So you don't know what they're talking about.
Okay, so we're not using that same perception check that I
No,
had
no,
before.
no. You're good. You're good.
Oh, yeah.
You're still listening. I was just trying to think. All right. I remember you rolled low. What did you roll low for? It was
Oh, yeah.
No, I did know a guy in Zachrin, but I've never had their lemons. It's like the farthest I've been is all right, hold on. As far as I've
Who's
been
got the transformer?
is the Citadel.
Okay. All right. I'm feeling pretty good with that. I won't make you like come up with more things.
Keep listening.
Keep listening.
I'm gonna get it all.
You gotta tie your other shoe.
Don't even wear shoes.
No, that's the best part.
Wait a minute, that guy's not even wearing shoes.
The Spanish playing Galaga. Oh, we wouldn't know this, but we did.
Okay, so what are you doing? Are you staying or going?
Chris?
I'm going. I'm going at this point.
Okay.
As Chris is getting up, I would be like walking past Click and just be like, "Your shoes untied," and let's keep walking.
Okay, so you guys are walking into Typhon. It's like now that you're closer, there are stone walls that seem to scale up the face of this mountain. What the first thing that you think of when you see this city fortress is vertical. There are looming spires which have this blue pulsing energy about them, and high stone walls that seem to have these heavy ballista pointed in every direction. You're able to pass under through a gate, and there's this slightly familiar sight of like a trading square. You see all kinds of foreign spices, not to you, Click, it's not foreign to you, going back and forth. And and if and as you walk further in, it's like you realize that you are walking into the mountain. It's like the mountain itself has been hollowed out, whereas most of the exterior has been left for the ships and the battlements. Inside the mountain itself is made for living spaces.
Not to derail things, but did Click tell everybody about that conversation?
Not yet, I would assume.
Okay.
I would have once we got like clear. I didn't want to have it so close to the boat.
Okay, then I want to pull Click aside and ask, in the plane of air, where do you buy fish? Fish come from water.
Well, you see, we're called the plane of air, yes, because of all the air, but obviously we're embarking and we're docking on solid ground. So even our few land masses still have bodies of water on them that allow for fish to be caught, eaten, sold, just like in your plane. Maybe not as abundantly or as easily accessible, but they are still here. And of course, we also have a different style of fish that we haven't come across yet. We do have fish that fly in the sky, and that's more of your common delicacies.
Okay.
Tell them about the water spout.
So something that was concerning is, so if we were to follow this land that we're actually on, it would eventually end in flatland.
What do you mean end in flatland?
Well, like, you know, where we came from. You know, you're in a mountain, you go down till the mountain stops.
Well, yeah. I mean, eventually we'll hit the edge of the world. I mean, the world itself is flat, so yeah. Sorry, I wanted to try and make a flat Earth joke.
It's flat air.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to fall on flat ears.
So the place that we came from had lots of air.
Yes. But also keep in mind, like, the elemental plane of air is unique and it has unique and diverse landscapes, just like your plane does. So, and it's also very vast. Not every region is going to be the same. You have places that are going to be colder, places that are going to be hotter, places that are going to be more humid, so on and so forth.
And so there are more water down below.
Yes.
Gotcha. So how far up are we?
Would I have a way of gauging that?
What do you mean?
He's asking how far up we are.
You
I'm
are
assuming altitude.
you are where you are. I'm not sure I understand the question.
I don't know, like,
Well,
Ian,
if we're in a mountain, and he says that there's land below.
The land below your feet. It's like the land that you're standing on.
Yeah, but if we follow this down, we'll eventually connect to other land that we can walk across to get to another mountain.
But wait, says Katya. We flew to this mountain. We saw its bottom. There's a bottom to this.
Right.
Right. We couldn't, like, I don't think we'll ever leave this mountain without taking a ship to get off. Right? Click.
Because we're real far up.
Right. If
But
we
there
went,
is a bottom down there.
is there?
My head hurts.
Well, that's what Click said.
Wait, click. So that javelin I threw yesterday, I thought it was
Yes.
still falling.
I mean, it's not going to fall forever. Eventually, it will, like, make its way down to some land way below.
No, it will fall forever.
Okay, never mind. It will fall forever, says the disembodied voice.
We'll eventually loop around and fall from above us.
What's that?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Will gravity cause it to circle around and come up from?
If it's endless, we'll eventually come back around.
Actually, if I remember right, that's
Above
more or
us.
less kind of how it works.
Okay, so there's not land below us, and the lakes that they're referring to with the fish and the water would be on these floating land masses.
Yeah, I'd go ahead and do an intelligence check and be like, yeah, I don't think they were actually talking about fish.
If Meepo chimes in, Meepo would definitely 100% know they're not talking about fish.
Maybe.
Either they got some really good fish, or they're not talking about fish. I don't see nothing scale.
What do you mean they're not talking about fish? They were talking about a recipe almost.
I don't think there's any fish around here.
But Click said there was fish, and even flying fish.
I don't see none.
Well, just
I
because
think-
you don't
I
see
think
it
he's
doesn't
full of
mean
shit.
they don't exist.
I think he's full of crap.
I mean, you know, back where we came from, in the deep ocean, we know there's fish down there, and we can't see them. But you put a line down there, and you get a.
I don't see anyone hauling around any fish. I don't think they're fishermen.
Huh.
Do I know anything beyond that, Logan?
Do you see any fish? Like actually?
Beyond them talking about not actually talking about catching fish, you said?
Well, I turned around at the docks because I assume we're still fairly close. Do I see any fish?
Make a perception check. And more, you're actually like in the market square now.
Okay. 16.
Yes, you do see bits of fish, and they're like the flying fish that Click mentioned. You hear people shouting. It's like fresh from the spout,
The
fresh
spout.
from the spout.
So they're not from the lake, from any lakes or oceans or anything. Okay.
Not the fish that this person's selling.
Still don't think they're talking about fish. They're not speaking natural.
Well, if they weren't talking about fish, what would they be talking about?
Would I understand what they were talking about, Logan?
You have definitely heard someone talk about using fish in Thieves' Cant for to talk about valuable treasure because the shiny scales, and when you talk about the time, it's like you mentioned so when Click told you exactly what they said, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes,
You know that they were setting up a time. Caught a fish last week, 8-pounder, 8 o'clock next week. Real big, real shiny. It's like it's a
They're trying to
valuable.
offload loot. They're trying to fence loot.
Yeah, they're trying to fence some loot. Fish with lemons, which means they're trying to. Lemons is a code word for a different kind of fence that they're trying to swap. Zachrin, of course, is where it came from. So whatever they're trading out of Zachrin, again, illegally, they'll swap for whatever they're using the fish for, as a metaphor for. It's like that's the thing about Thieves' Cant. You know what they're talking about, but you don't know the specifics. You know that
So that means they got the loot from Zachary, or they're going to fence it off at Zachary.
your interpretation is that Nova wants to trade something off next week
Mm-hmm.
For something, and then the person they were talking to was going to try and trade them something from Zachary.
Okay. So I communicate to everyone that I think we're looking at somebody trying to fence goods, trying to offload loot. I'm not sure what loot it could be, but it's happening 8 o'clock next week.
Did Katya make a
Cat.
sense motive or did she make a check on the ship when we were talking about that and the ship captain looked nervous?
Did Katya use an insight when the captain was nervous? No, she did not.
Yeah. I was hoping to walk that in on something, but
Well, just for the sake of Katya not or Laura not being here,
because I think that's something that Laura would be picking up on from there would be connecting the two of the captain looking nervous and them talking about dropping off loot.
mm-hmm. Katya is not smart enough for that, I guess. Just simply not here.
Okay, that's fair.
It's like Oliver hasn't said a word.
Normally Mace is a quiet one nowadays.
Yep, usually Maze is the quiet one, unless Levi tries to get Maze to solve a riddle.
Levi wants interaction.
Well, because Maze is the one that got into us into most of this.
But we got out of it.
We're not out of it yet.
I feel like all of this is now on other people. The Mythalar beginnings was that was a Maze thing, but
Well, this is all still about the Mythalar.
yeah, but we went to the city and came back, and now we're doing other people's things.
No, well, the reason we're here is because Maze wanted us to go to the temple of the Jinn,
Mhm.
and then this was the way to get out of that temple.
In fairness, the party wanted to go to the plane of air, and Maze gave them the hookup with the magic carpet.
Mhm.
And then I took to the temple with
Yeah,
the Jinn, right?
yeah. Yep. Anyway, so it is getting slightly late. I know that's a weird spot to cut the session, but
Sure.
I do have to go for a run tomorrow.
Good
But
Oh,
Green for that 5K.
yep, train for the 5K.
so going on with Chris's flat earther jokes. Canonically speaking, token elves are flat earthers.
Yes, yes, they are. Which was like it was the weird part when they said they were leaving these lands. It's like I didn't know about that originally. So it's like, well, wait, if Sauron's just gonna conquer the world, it's like, oh, well, once the elves leave, the Earth won't be flat anymore. It'll be a sphere, and they'll be untouchable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that, huh? That was just like another continent across the sea.
Nope. It's not.
Well, it is for the elves until they leave and they go through the Great Mists. And
Yeah.
once they go through the quote unquote Great Mists, they've sailed off into the sunset, and everybody else is stuck on round Earth.
Yep. It's like even if you only like Frodo and maybe Bilbo, and I think Gimli.
Yep.
Were able to go to the
The
go
Undying Lands.
to the Undying Lands. Everyone else is just stuck on Middle
Where did
Earth.
Gimli go?
Elf friend, recognized by uh Galadriel.
Galadriel, Karamor,
I wonder if anyone goes in the
Elrond.
Rings of Power, because I know it starts with her leaving there.
Yeah,
Rings of Power.
yeah.
Wait, what?
I haven't finished Rings of Power. I probably should do it eventually.
I haven't started it.
Watched a couple episodes.
I think the second season's coming out soon.
I think you're right. I think I remember hearing something about that.
Yeah,
I couldn't do it. I lost interest in it after like the third episode.
Yeah. I think I've seen about the same. They're very long episodes. Jesus. Long ass show.
What is it?
They're like an hour, 20 minutes. No commercials. Jesus Christ.
Well, they got commercials now.
Does it?
Yep. Amazon has
Amazon?
added commercials.
For Prime? That's.
Yep.
I'll